You probably recognize Anker as a leading brand in high quality devices and equipment to keep your stuff charged up, basically from solar to power banks and stuff. They're a leader in the industry. Well, today we're going to take a look at their latest and newest and arguably most expensive offering. Is the Anker Powerhouse. That's coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So, like I said, the folks at Anker are very well known and one of my favorite companies to create different types of charging solutions for all your electronic stuff. For example, this is their PowerPort Solar, which is a very well designed, well made, very capable solar option. Well, the folks at Anker contacted me, asked me if I'd be interested in checking out their latest product, which is, admittedly, it's not going to be for everybody. This is going to be for somebody who really has some pretty intense power needs off grid. But this is the Anker Powerhouse. It's actually 434 WH, which stands for watt hours of power, in a 9.5 pound, very small package, very handy. So I don't have any fancy electronic testing equipment. My knife testing facility is probably absolutely cutting edge, state of the art, but my electronics testing ability is just not there. So what I thought we would do is I got a bunch of different stuff out here, and we'll just start plugging stuff in and see what works. So let me take you down to the old stump top. We'll show you the details of this thing, which are not crazy complicated, and then we'll get to doing some of that power stuff. Okay, so here we have, this is the Anker Powerhouse. It's just a solid case. It's got some nice rubber feet on bottom of it. It's got a cooling area back here for letting heat out. Very nice fold up aluminum handle with some padding underneath here, which is very comfortable. And then all the stuff you need to deal with is right on the front. So on the left hand side, we got the power input. This is where you charge it, and it comes with a power adapter here. It's a DC power adapter, 16.8 volt, 3 amp, and you just basically plug this in the wall. You plug it in here and let it charge. Now, when I got this, it was empty. It took about I'm gonna say 8 to 10 hours to charge it. The literature actually says that it takes 10 hours to charge from AC and 16 from a solar panel. And they show a solar panel connecting to here, but what I don't know is how to get a solar connector with this kind of end on it. And I'm sure they've got something in the works because it's in their literature. So that's how you charge the device itself. And going over, the rest of these are output. You have a 12 volt, like a cigarette lighter style, power point for your car output here. You got 4 fast charge USB outputs here, and then you've got an AC output here. So if you have a 3-prong plug such as this one with a ground plug in it, it'll actually fit in there, even though you're not technically grounding anything, because it's got the little slot inside there just for your bottom. So that's good. So this is not just a pretty box with a battery in it. This is actually a really state-of-the-art high-density lithium-ion battery with aluminum housing. It features a battery management system which takes care of voltage control, temperature control, has an active cell balancing to optimize the battery performance, and what other safety features to prevent overheating and all that kind of good stuff. Without any more rambling, let me go ahead and start. Let's just start plugging some stuff in and see what happens here. So this thing is fully charged right now. I just unplugged it and brought it outside. Okay, so I got a bunch of clutter here, a bunch of stuff we're going to test out. But one thing I want to point out is this thing has a maximum output of 160 watts at one time. If you draw more than 160 watts, then it's going to shut itself down for safety. So above each of the power outputs, there's a little button to activate it. So let's just go. We'll plug this. It's just be simpler to keep this one thing plugged in here, I think. So we'll plug in the power strip, push a little button there. You can see that it comes on. It says we got 30 hours of power here so far. So we're trying to see if the lamp comes on now. And we got a lamp. So how about, let's see what else we can get going here. How about a electric razor? Because that could be something that you might want to have with you in the woods. By the way, I'm plugging into here. I'm not playing games here. I don't have an extension cord run to the house or anything like that. It's the real deal. So so we got the razor and the lamp going. Let's see what else we can get going here. How about a little music? By the way, the folks at Anker say this thing will power a lot of different things, such as a mini fridge, lamps, obviously, If you have like a CPAP machine or something where you go camping and really something medically that you have to have with you, this is could be a really good option for you. It says it will charge a laptop up to 15 times, up to 40 times for a phone. Let's try the radio. All right, we don't have an antenna going here, but we still got something going. We got this going. We got this going. We got all this going. One more thing. Let's try one more thing. And you can see that it is, hopefully you can see that. If you can see the 40. We'll charge a GoPro here, and we'll just plug it into the USB here. Turn that on. And we got a light here, so the GoPro's charging. Let's see what else we got. Let's go ahead and charge the old camera that we're operating right now. Okay, you can't see it, but I promise you the light's flashing now on the camera. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 devices going, 6 devices going, and we've lost, you can see it was at 30 hours, and now it's at 25, so it's pulling the power, but it's working. Tell you what, just for kicks, we'll take the GoPro off of here, we'll put it on here, and plug it into the 12-volt adapter and plug that in, and can you see that red light there? I hope you can. This is charging now. Let's stick another battery on here. All right, so let's see what else we can get going on here. I've got one more outlet on the power strip here, so we'll plug in my iPhone charger. Plug the iPhone in and let you see. Okay, we got a charge going on there. What else can we do? Okay, put that down here out of the way. How about Midland X-Talker radios? I've got 2 of them here. We'll plug it in up here on the USB output. Radio's in like so. And turn it on. Now we got everything charging. It's unbelievable here. So, and again, now we're down to 19. So, but that's a lot of stuff to run from one little battery. So I actually got my laptop here, and what I thought we'd do now is this is going to be the biggest draw device, so we'll go ahead and plug it in and see if we can use it also. I got to unplug something because Apple adapters are not really what you would call space friendly, so we'll just unplug the camera since you can't even see that one anyway. All right, we'll open her up and see if we got some power. It should show you if it's charging or not, and you can see right up there it is charging the computer. You can see right there. So let's turn all this back on, make sure it's not pulling too much draw. Okay, and it's still charging the computer, if you can see that. So there you go. You know what, I think that's probably about the best I can do for a highly technical electronics test. You can see, by the way, we dropped down to 17, so with all the stuff charged in, it's definitely pulling down, but this is a lot of stuff to be plugged in at one time. Okay, so that was the kind of the redneck technical test of the Anker Powerhouse, which is a 400 watt per hour power supply from the folks at Anker. And let's just turn it off so we're not burning it up. Okay, so, and you can see it's back to 30 hours now. And so even after using all that stuff, when I you unplug it, it really didn't use as much of the capacity as it seemed like to me, I guess, because it's back up to 30 hours. Of course, there's no draw, so point being that the battery's still pretty close to fully charged, as you can see in there. So now, like I said at the beginning of the video, this thing is not cheap. The manufacturer suggested retail is about $500, which is probably going to put it at an Amazon price of somewhere in the neighborhood of $300 to $400. So not cheap at all. Not going to be for everybody. Now, but they asked me if I'd be interested in reviewing it, and I thought about it. You know, that's a very expensive product. Is there any, you know, is there any practical application for something like this? And as I was thinking about that, I did come up with some things. And here's the first example, obviously, in my opinion anyway, is if you have some kind of medical device like a CPAP machine. I don't know a lot about medical devices, but I know some people that actually have those. They have to have with them when they're because they have sleep apnea, and it could be life-threatening for them. So a lot of those machines only work on AC power. Well, an average power bank, a small one or whatever, just to charging phones, obviously doesn't have an AC output. So bottom line, if you have anything that you really have to have, you need, that has an AC only power, and if it's a life safety device, that could be very important. Computers, if you need to run a computer or just want to run a computer while you're away from power, Again, your choices for being able to do that are pretty limited. The ability to recharge this with solar, and I'm sure Anker's got that power cord figured out, power cable thing figured out. I mean, they're Anker after all. The ability to recharge this with solar gives you virtually unlimited power. So the fact that you can use AC, the fact that you can recharge it with solar, the fact that you can, man, it puts out a lot of power. You saw everything we had going. You can run a computer with it. You can run a mini fridge if you got some stuff that needs to be refrigerated, whether it's medicine or if you got small kids and you need to have their formula or milk or whatever. Maybe you're going out on long trips doing a lot of photography, doing a lot of filming or whatever. You need to keep your batteries charged. If you have an off-grid cabin or a remote location or whatever, you just really need a backup power source for running your smaller stuff. Again, you're not going to be able to run a toaster or a blow dryer or something that's got a really high resistance and pulls a lot of watts with this, but a whole lot of stuff you can run with it at one time. So is it cheap? No. Is it for everybody? Obviously not. But if you're somebody who has a need for a AC powered device while you're camping, and maybe that's kept you from being able to do some things you want to do because in remote locations, or you need or just want to use a computer or anything that takes an AC power or takes a larger power draw than you're able to do from a little storage battery or from just a straight solar panel, then I think the Powerhouse could be a good option for you. Again, it is not cheap. I understand that. But it definitely does what they say it will do, and I'm very impressed with the performance of this thing. I'll have to be honest with you. When I saw it was $500 retail, I thought, yeah, man, are you kidding? How possibly could that be worth it? But you know, as I thought about it, there are some situations where I think that if it does what most other devices don't do, then you know, if you need it, you need it. So if that is you might want to check out the Anker Powerhouse. It is a very well made, well-performing piece of gear from the folks at Anker who have an excellent reputation for quality and customer service. Anyway, so thanks again to the folks at Anker for loaning me this so I can show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for clicking that thumbs up, and thank you for sharing this video with all your friends. And I thank you so much for doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. And I'll see you next time. What I'm trying, yet another airplane. And we got no lamp on. By the way, the dogs have been raising Cain, but right now they're quiet, so y'all don't wake them up, okay? Okay, we're going to call that a doofus moment. There the dogs are. I knew they wouldn't let us down. What do I do with my cord? I got way too much going on here. Is it mosquitoes? At least the dogs have stopped barking.